Welcome to Marriage Monday with Jeremiah and Savannah Jennings. The Jennings own Growing Green Landscapes and are very happily married. In this podcast, Jeremiah and Savannah discuss the wins, losses, good times, bad times, and everything in between pertaining to owning a business while maintaining a healthy marriage along the way. We hope you enjoy the show.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in to an episode today here on the Growing Green Podcast. This is your host, Jeremiah Jennings, and I am so excited to come to you today with another fresh new episode for your Monday. If you're listening live, welcome into the show. Hope you're starting out the day good or well. It should be starting out the day well. That was always something in grammar that I can never figure out when to use good versus well. But anyway, hope you are doing fantastic. We are joined with my beautiful co-host, Savannah. What are you laughing about?
Just your different use of adjective there.
What, good and well?
Yeah, you just went with fantastic, so you didn't have to choose.
Did I? I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
Well, how you doing? You excited to be here?
Always.
Man, it's been a wild last couple, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, I guess you could say.
What? Yeah, weeks.
Oh, year. Yeah. It's been a wild year. You know, I was thinking, when did we come up with the concept of writer bins? Like, when did we start? I remember we got things legal when we were at the beach. And
yeah, that was in May.
So, like, I think
Holy
we literally
cow.
started in, like, that had been going for a while.
Spring, like
it was
early spring.
Like March or April.
Yeah.
Or like March.
Probably, yeah.
Before, like, when the concept started. So, it has been a wild last 6 to 8 months. But thank you for tuning into the show today, guys. If you are new to Marriage Monday, so we're coming off of Equip. If we have any new listeners coming in from seeing us at Equip or hanging out there on at Energize or the morning show, thank you for following along and tuning in. Welcome to the jungle, I guess you could say. It's a wild ride when you come in here, but I think you are going to get some value out of it if you stick around long enough. And so our Marriage Monday shows, really quick rundown of our shows. Our Marriage Monday shows are me and Savannah getting on here and bantering back and forth most of the time. That's what it comes down to. No, it's crazy to see the transition of Marriage Mondays.
Yeah.
Like, before we had Jack and we had plenty of time on our hands, it was like...
But we also took ourselves so seriously.
I think we brought a good value. Like, you go back and listen to those shows. There was a lot of good stuff in there.
But I'm like, part of me listens and I'm like, who do we think we are?
I mean, a little bit, but not really. That's imposter syndrome, some would say.
I guess.
But I think we did bring some value there. So we started off Marriage Monday with an idea of just like, hey, let's talk about marriage problems, things that every married couple has, especially getting down into like the nitty gritty of entrepreneurs and owning your own business. And there's a lot of things that can be taken the wrong way in business and marriage, a lot of conflicts, but also a lot of wins and successes along the way too. So that was kind of our vision there, and it's just kind of grown and matured and changed and adapted along the way.
Yeah.
It's gone from that super serious, like in-depth topics to life updates to figuring out life with a newborn and now a 1-year-old. On the move and going to live events and things. So this show is kind of just it's a community show, I think, is what it's turned into. Yeah. If I'm being really totally transparent and honest.
I think I don't know if I guess I can say this. I think Together in the Trades kind of like inspired a lot of it, but we had just gotten to a point where we're like, it is so great and we love Together in the Trades, but we kind of we need content throughout the year. Yeah,
we need some consistent.
Yeah.
Married
and we just wanted to be able to contribute
content
to that, so here we are.
So we're trying to give a little piece of that, and but it's grown into something that literally like people are like, man, we love the Marriage Monday shows. Like, that's what people say they like. And so I guess some would say because you're in there, some would say other things, but
it's fun. We just enjoy it.
It is. It's fun. It's a very good time. So that's what our Monday shows are. Wednesday and Friday are more of a traditional interview style type show, or me going solo, just talking about some things on my mind. We had a lot of solo shows this year between us doing 75 Hard in the spring and then just things.
Busy.
Just busy life. A lot of struggles up and downs throughout the business this year that I kind of just brought on here and not vented and talked about. So that's what Wednesday and Friday shows are. But we are very appreciative and thankful for each and every one of you, because without that, the show wouldn't be possible. And we want to continue to grow the show, though. That's the thing. Like, we need to get into some serious growth mode this winter time. Y'all help us share the show if you would. We always say leave a big 5-star rating and review at the end. Like that's always kind of, you throw that in there, just a little call to action at the end. But sharing the show really is how like the audience grows. It's how the
Yeah.
community grows. And I always say we're here to grow the community one relationship at a time. So by sharing the show, that's how that happens. By leaving reviews, that's how that happens. I think we're at like right around 90 reviews. Would love to get to 100 by the end of the year. Trust me, the statistics of how many people listen to the show and how many reviews we have, we could easily get to 100. We could get to 100 like this week if people actually stopped and just left one after this show. So do that if you don't mind. Help us out. Let's grow the show this winter going into the spring, because there's a lot more people that need help, that need just a lifeline, a support system to get around. We're going to talk a little bit about support systems today, but that's what we're trying to be here, is just a literal like support system, a help for anybody out there in need. So that's where we're at right now. It's been, like I said, a wild past couple 6-8 months. We just came off of Equip. Now we're heading into LAL this week. If you're listening live, we hope to see you there. If you're coming, you can still get tickets at launchstreamacademy.com. Go there, check out everything Brian's got going on. But most importantly, the live event is coming up. So I think you can snag your ticket. If you're listening Monday or Tuesday, I don't know. I actually don't know when ticket sales end, but I know it's not like Friday. So I think you only get 2 or 3 more days before the ticket sales end there. But it's a tremendous value. I highly, highly encourage you to do it. Figure out a way to get there. I posted a poll and said, are we going to see you there? And the options were absolutely, I'm working, maybe next year. The ones that said I'm working, I get it, I understand, but let's try to get it in. Like, let's try to, if you can move some things around, try to make it happen. Like, I promise you, if you were one of the ones that said you're working and you...
This is working.
Yeah, exactly. If you actually push the job off, push the Christmas lights, push the leaf cleanup to next week, and you come to this show, you will not leave and say, I should not have gone. I should have done the leaf cleanup. And I can almost guarantee you that if you went up to Brian and said, hey, I did not get anything out of this show, I wish it would have been working, he would say, all right, here's your money back. Like, thanks for coming, but here's your money.
You're just throwing out refunds for your... He
would have been. I mean, he would do it. I would call him right now and say, while we're on there, and he would say, yeah, of course, come on. Because, like, should we do it? You think he'll answer? Let's try it.
What are you doing?
Let's try it. We're going to call him. See if he'll answer. He's probably got family stuff going on, but let's see if we'll get him on here. All right, this is the most impromptu thing ever. Let's see if he'll start ringing. All right.
I'm so scared. He's not gonna answer.
Hey, what's up, bud?
What's up? You got 30 seconds?
No, but always for you.
All right, good. Well, you're talking to the Growing Green audience here, so I am. If people come to the show this Saturday and they say, they put off their work, they have a job scheduled this week, but they come to the show and say, man, the show is not worth it. Are you going to give them their money back?
If they come to me at Saturday, you're talking about Launch Marine Academy Live?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. If you come over to me at 5:30 on Saturday and you say the conference was not worth it, I will give you $200 cash money.
There you go.
But you got to be genuine, though. I mean, obviously, if you're sitting out in the hallway just eating pretzels, I mean, first off, you're going to get a good pretzel. But if you bring me a pretzel, then that's a whole other conversation. But at the end of the day, if you're in the seats, if you got cheeks in the seats and you're hearing from Sam Gemble, Corey Ballard, the panel, Leroy Maines, Jeff Joyner, and then you, with a straight face, can come up to me and tell me that you got no value out of that, then obviously we did something wrong, and we'll give you your $200 back. Definitely stand behind what we're putting together.
All right, man. That's all I needed. Have a good Sunday.
All right. We'll see you guys. Have a good one. Bye.
All right. See, I told you guys, it's personal guarantee live from the man himself. Like, I told you he would follow through on that. And I'm telling you, like, I wish somebody that's listening that says I have a job scheduled would say, all right, let's do it. Let's take the risk. Let's put it off, pay for the plane tickets, buy the tickets and go. Because I promise you, I guarantee you will get value out of it. So that is coming up this weekend. Before we go any further into the show today, let's just kind of go ahead and get into what we want to talk about before we keep rambling. But that's not rambling. Like, there's value in that. There's value in this conference. I hope you can go. It's $200. It's worth every penny and time that it takes you to go. So what we kind of want to talk about today was something that we've dealt with a little bit this year, but just handling the successes and the setbacks and how we can do that effectively in our marriage and in our business. Because when you run a business, you're going to have wins and you're going to have setbacks. And I'm not going to say you're going to have losses or failures, because remember, it's only a failure or a loss if you don't learn anything. And so it can be a setback, but it's not a loss. And so when we win in business or in marriage, so what is winning in marriage though? That's a good question. Like what would you say winning in marriage is?
I think it depends on the situation.
Yeah, I think winning in marriage, it does. You apply it to your own situation, but it could mean going a full day with no disagreements, or
just something like not necessarily as simple as, but you can look at the past at situations that we have been through together or experienced, and how we've handled them in the past, and maybe not as effective as we could have, but you now have similar situations that you handle, and you do it more effectively, or you communicate better. Like that's a win. You know what I mean? Like I feel like there are times where we're dealing with something or having certain conversations, and maybe this is a personal win, but I think it's a marriage win because my wins are our wins and whatever. But I can like feel myself like slipping into a way that I know that I shouldn't handle it, I guess is what I'm going to say. But when you can acknowledge that and like redirect your focus or your intentions, I don't know what I'm having trouble with my words. But if you can like redirect, acknowledge, and like almost like take captive of your emotion or whatever, and kind of handle it in a different way, that's a win.
When you can put a pause on a reaction before you react, that's growth.
Well, that's pretty personal with us. That's kind of something we deal with, but
yeah, that's growth though.
That's a win though for me.
Take that and apply it to your marriage. So what I'm saying is you have a lot of wins, and then you also have a lot of setbacks. You have setbacks where,
and I think just like to pause, I think dealing or viewing a loss, air quote loss, as a setback, not a loss, in and of itself changes the way you're going to react to the situation and handle it moving forward. Like if you go into it with that mindset, that in and of itself changes a lot.
Yeah, I mean, and so you could take this all the way down to the level of, hey, we couldn't make our credit card payment this month because we're heading into winter and our mowing stopped and we're sitting behind. Like that could be looked at as a loss, or a failure. Don't look at it as a failure. Look at it as a setback. And you say setbacks should push you to work harder and to push you forward. There's a lot of ways that you can look at a setback, and a setback could push you out. It could put you out of business. It could transform the way you look at things, change your mindset, and say, hey, we're never going to be at this point again. And that's something that I think everyone will get there at some point in business about something, or some point in marriage about something. Like, we're never going to do this again. And people say, never say never. Like, never is a strong word. But I think that honestly, I think it applies in some cases. I think in some cases it doesn't, though, because there's certain things that I have said that I want to stand by that say never. And I think the first one that comes to mind, and never is, like I said, you have to take this and apply it to your situation. Me saying never is not going to happen right now, but it makes me strive to get to never. It's setting a goal so high by saying never that like it keeps me going. I don't want to set a goal of 1 day or 2 days, and I'm going to get to what I'm going in a minute.
I'm like so confused.
No, I'm going to tell you what I'm talking about. But when I say never, earlier this spring, I said I never want to have to go mow a yard again. I never want to have to be on the mow crew to get a yard. I don't want a yard to have to rely on me being there to get done. And the thing with that is like, is that really possible for me right now in the size of business we're at? No, it's not. Like, it's not possible for me to say that because it's me and one or two other guys. Like, if they both get sick on the same day or one of them gets sick on the same day, it's physically impossible for me to tell one guy to go out and get all these lawns done. Like, I have to be there. But what it's done has created the mindset of me of like, okay, we're going to put systems, processes, implementations in place, hire the right people to where that can actually be true, to where I don't have to. And so by shooting for never, like, I'm not settling for 1 or 2 days. Does that make sense? Because I'm shooting so high that I'm not saying like, oh, 1 day. If I have to go out 1 or 2 days, that's okay. That's not okay for me. Like, that's not and that's not for everybody. This is just the example that I'm using.
It's just something that you're working towards.
Exactly. It's something we're working towards and chasing. So, But a setback is like, we had setbacks this year. I had to go back in the field plenty of times.
Now.
Yeah, like I'm in the field right now but it's because of my own self. And we've talked this year about hiring employees and things and having certain struggles and going through that. And I've said this from the beginning, and I'm going to stand by it. When your employee does something, your employee leaves, your employee does something wrong, and you start, don't throw the blame at them first. Don't throw the first stone at them and say, well, they could be better. They could do this. They should be more liable. Look at yourself first and say, what can we have done differently? And that's what I do right now. Like, I'm looking at myself saying, what can I have done differently? And I look and say, I didn't hire the right way. I didn't have the right process in place. I didn't do the correct vetting. And those are things that it's a setback. Like, we are in a setback. I'm back in the field right now.
Yeah.
But we're working, we work through that. And it's not a failure. It's not a loss. It's a setback that has changed my mindset to say.
And to a certain degree, I would argue that it's low-key a good thing because it's giving you some perspective on things that maybe, like, you didn't realize because you'd been out of it for a little bit. Like, you're seeing some things firsthand again. Like, not necessarily like, oh, I forgot what this is like being out here. Mm-hmm. But it's just like getting your eyes and your hands on things again instead of seeing and hearing secondhand.
Yeah, you're talking about like how things are actually getting done?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a big thing. And I've talked about that before on the show of like quality control. That's something that's going to have to be like
it's causing you to be like, okay, yeah, like we're revamping. Like this isn't working maybe quite how I thought it was or like it used to.
Yeah, we survived the summer and I was out of the field a lot. Like I was out of the mowing field. We did a lot of landscaping this year. So I was working in a lot. I was doing landscaping 3 or 4 days a week. But there were weeks that I didn't touch a mower. There were weeks that all I got done. But there's a lot of things that have come to light. And we'll get into another podcast about that another day. I don't want to go too deep on that today. But what I'm saying is I'm using this as an example of this is a setback in business. And I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to think of a setback in marriage that we've had recently or within the past year.
Like a quite literal setback is like, it's not, it's how you view it. Yeah. Having a kid changed our marriage. Like some people would say, like,
it's not.
I don't
it's
know
not a setback,
if you want to say
it is a transition
a
zone
little
or
bit
something.
Because it doesn't allow us to like put in the time to each other that we did prior.
Yeah, or into our business.
Or into business. So it just changes. And that's where we're coming from as far as not viewing it like that. Like if in reality, if you sit down on paper, like having a kid and having a business kind of is a setback to your marriage because it presents challenges. Like that's what the definition of a setback is. It's a challenge that keeps you from moving forward at the pace that you previously were.
Did you look up that definition?
No. Is that the definition?
No, I don't know. You made it pretty convincing, though. I thought it was. I was like, dang, Webster, okay.
Came up with that one. But that's what these things are. And so learning how to navigate those things and how we're viewing them is what's been so important because I think any setback has the ability to make what you're doing better and stronger. Having a kid has the ability to make our marriage stronger because of what we're going through together and growing and learning through it. Owning a business together has the ability to make our marriage better. You being back in the field after saying you never would has the ability to make your business stronger and better and grow because you're seeing things and relearning things and giving you insight on things to change to
for when
grow.
We do it again,
So
it's literally the view you have on it. It's the view of like,
it's sitting back like, we can sit here and be like, oh, shoot, like you did say, like, I'm never going to be back in the field again. Like it is taking time away from being home and all of the reasons that you said you weren't going to ever do it again or you never wanted to, they're all there. But now that you're in it, it's saying, well, it's letting me do this. Well, now I see this. Well, now I'm saving money here. Well, now, you know what I'm saying? So it truly, truly, truly is about your viewpoint on it because, like, the reality is that it kind of sucks, like, that you're out there and you're not able to do things because now you're back to, well, I'm doing some of it, but you're back to doing things at night and you're having to get up and leave earlier in the mornings. So, yeah, that part of it sucks for sure. But think of all the opportunities it's giving us. Yeah,
Stephen Covey said, the way we see the problem is the problem.
Yeah, 100%.
And like that's the basis of this conversation is
yeah.
the way we look at it is how you do it. And I would say we're speaking to the choir here, because most people that are entrepreneurs that are in this business mindset, they're trying to grow their life, grow their business. You look at things with a different mindset than the average person does. Let's just be honest. But I know that there are guys out there who struggle with this, and because it doesn't come natural. There are some people it comes natural to. Mm-hmm. We'll just be honest. Like, and not to toot my own horn. Like, this is just a personal, like, this is something that I'm actually decent at, is like, I don't let things get me down very easily. Like, I look at a problem and say, well, we can't change it. How are we going to learn from it and get better? And I've adapted to that, and that's something that I really have personally worked on the past 3 to 5 years. As like, since I've been in business, I remember there were days back in year 1 and 2 where I would blow a tire and the mower would mess up and the truck would break down all in the same day or two, and I would just be like in the slums. Like, it would be terrible. And I don't know. I mean, I just got to the point where I said, I'm not going to think like that anymore. I'm not going to let that be the way that my mindset is. I'm going to manifest better things. And people ask me all the time, do you believe in manifesting? Do you believe in this and that? And I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm not smart enough to get into the way the brain thinks and works. I would say there is a little bit to it, though. There's a little bit to manifesting. If you sit here and say you're going to do this and you work towards this, and you say, like I said, some would argue that me saying I'm never going to have to mow again is manifesting.
Well,
like getting to that point.
It changes your mindset. I don't know.
And when your mindset changes, then the problem changes. Like, that's the thing, is like the problem goes from...
Well, and what you're doing about it changes. Like, if you're working towards that and that's your mindset, well, then you're going to be doing different things and putting different things in place as compared to somebody that's just like upset about it and just like sitting in the dumps.
Like,
you're just doing... I don't know. It's more about being proactive than like trying to do damage control. Like, you see these things that you do or you don't want to do and you work towards that, instead of like being in that situation and trying to get out of it.
This gets me fired up, because this is the time of year exactly. We're recording this November, whatever it is, November the 5th, going into winter time, slow time for season. And it's like, this is the time where you're going to look at yourself and say, where are we going to be at next year? Mm-hmm. Are we going to sit here and have no money in our bank account? And we just did a show on this, talking with Weston about profits and holding on to profit. Go back and listen to it. It was a week or two ago. And it's like, the way you view the problem is how you're going to fix it. Mm-hmm. If you look at the problem and say, okay, we're not going to be here again, because we're going to make the changes, and it's not going to be easy. And this is all the way down to, and I feel perfectly like qualified to talk about this, because this is exactly what we're doing right now. Like, we're doing things in our business and our marriage that we don't want to do right now, but we're making sacrifices for years to come.
We're playing the long game.
Exactly. Playing the long game. And it's like, it's hard right now. It's hard literally, like, in our day-to-day waking up and going to bed. Like, the things that we're doing, we don't want to be doing right now. I don't want to be doing certain things.
You make it sound like our life is like,
well, no, our life doesn't suck. I'm very blessed to be where we're at. Like, we're doing good.
I don't know. I think
we're making day-to-day decisions that are changing,
affect us in 5-10 years.
Yeah, because
the thing is like, I don't know. You've kind of been this way, and I feel bad talking about this, because people have asked, like, how do you get your wife on board, or like, how do you get your spouse to finally get on board? And to a degree, they have to do it themselves.
100%.
Like, you can convince me, and you did, and we can have many conversations, but like, how long was it? I don't know, like
3 years
before it like clicked for me. I feel like
3 years, literally, because we got married three and a half years ago, and the change started at what, 3 months ago, or 4 months ago.
Yeah, and I just feel like I had to come to the realization myself after seeing everything, and I don't know, but if we didn't start doing the things, now today, making these changes and decisions, like, it was never going to happen. Like, you have to start somewhere. You have to start. So I think that I kind of had to come to this realization on my own that this is where we were at. This was, he wasn't going to do it without me, but I needed to get on board and, be just, I don't know. It's a day by day thing. Like if you don't start today, then why would you put it off anymore? I don't know. I feel like I'm rambling and I'm not effectively saying what I want to say, but it's never going to happen if you don't at least start.
Yeah, if you don't.
And you don't even have to know what you're doing, but I had gotten to a point in my life, and we talked about it on a couple podcasts ago, where I didn't really feel like I was doing anything. I was in this fog, and we had a long conversation about how I felt like I had been avoiding the things that scared me, or that I didn't know anything about, or that I felt overwhelmed by. And that is the reality for so many people. And that maybe like for a lot of wives, like you just kind of don't really know much about it, or you don't really know where you're going, or you don't know what it's going to take to get there. So you just kind of check out. And that's what I did for like 3 years. And I finally just clicked for me that like, just because I'm scared of it, just because I don't know what we're doing, just because I don't know what it's going to take to get to these like big, scary goals and dreams, doesn't mean that I don't have to do like that. I don't need to put in the work and learn, because I had just kind of like put my head in the corner and just been like, I don't really know anything about it. So I guess it's just never going to happen. So you just have to start somewhere. And that's just kind of the point that I got to. And I don't know.
The starting point isn't easy though. That's the thing. Like,
no, it
there's
sucks.
going to be a lot of hard times. It sucks
because the reality of us doing things that we don't want to do right now was a really not fun, hard look at a lot of different things and areas in our life, because and say like, what do we need to do? What changes do we need to make? What decisions do we need to make to get us on this path to go where we want to go, to be where we want to be in 5-10 years? And it wasn't fun. And I knew that it wasn't going to be fun for a long time. So we just didn't do it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I just kind of hid from it.
Yeah.
And like, but
because it's easy to hide. Like it's easy to hide.
And just kind of like sit in your bubble of like how things are cool now and these are great now. Well, like some of the,
this is literally, have you ever heard, you've never listened to Caleb say this, but Jordan Peterson said this all the time. And Caleb says this as well. He always quotes him on their show is, don't hide in the fog. And that's literally...
I did. That was my life. The reality of my life for at least a year. And it was around, him and everything. But I don't know. It kind of fires me up because I feel like a new person in the, like, this is kind of maybe dramatic and kind of cheesy, but like knowledge is empowering. Like now that I feel like I know these things and we're getting on board and I'm learning these things with you and I actually have a grasp on, anything down to like finances, to the direction we want to go, to our intentional, like actual plans for our life and things that we want to accomplish, like having plans in place and knowing where we're going and what we're doing, like you feel so much more empowered to do them. Yeah.
And it's like what Jeff Joyner talks about all the time, creating a common purpose, a common vision. And like, but
it changed the game. I don't know.
It's hard though. Like it's hard to create a common purpose when you're both not on the same page and you're both not like, that's the thing that it's easy to get caught up in of one of you. And this is why I feel like we can talk to this, because like we've gone through this of, I was running the business.
And
I was doing the entrepreneur.
We're just now getting to a point where it's different. And I think that like to just like wrap this whole thing, our outlook has changed so much on these like setbacks, or at least mine has. Yeah. You've always had this like, can't change it, it's gonna be fine. I'm like, what do you want me to, I don't know.
And it made her mad.
Yeah, because I was like, no, this is horrible. This sucks. Like, what are we supposed to do? Like, I just sit there and be mad about it. But knowing that we're playing the long game, knowing that we have all these like plans and this purpose and, kind of this direction, it's a day at a time. Like it is what it is, but if you don't move through it, you're never going to get to where you want to go.
Yeah. If you don't push through and persevere through the hard times,
it'd be freaking easy to just stop.
Yeah.
But then where's that going to get you? Nowhere. It's easy to sit there and be mad that, you've had however many people drop you this month, or you've sent out all these quotes and you haven't heard anything back, or the truck's broken down again, or you need this new part, or you need that, or this guy's quit, or he won't show up. Like, yeah, it's frustrating, but it's life and it's part of it. And if you don't learn how to work through those things, then you're never going to get to what you really want.
Yeah, that's right. We've gone through a lot of trials and setbacks this year, but we've also had some wins and some positives, and these are just things that we try to bring to you guys, and we try to talk about them here on the show. We try to just document them and share our journey along the way, because we know a lot of you are going through the same things, and so want to be that light out there for you guys that are, just to let you know you're not alone, and you have a community around you. You have a support system. We talked support systems earlier very briefly. Building a support system, is such as a community like this, is so crucial. We get so much great feedback and things from you guys that we learn and grow from, that I do not take for granted at all. We are very, very appreciative for that, and I'm thankful that I have people that I can turn to and just try to bounce ideas off of and gain some insight and knowledge from. So thank you for everything that you do here for the show, for supporting us, sharing the show, leaving reviews, things like that. That means the world to us. It truly does. So I hope y'all enjoyed the show today. We got to run. We can't sit on here much longer. We got a hard cut off here, but I do hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, means the world to us that we get to come to you 3 times a week, each and every week. And so we look forward to seeing you guys in LAL, or in Novi for LAL here this coming week if you're listening live. Remember what I said. If you decide to go, you make that jump, you take that risk, and you say, I'm going, and you don't like it, well, you heard it from the man himself. You will get a refund if you truly don't think it was worth it. But I promise you, you're going to say your value. You're going to say it was worth it. You're going to say the value was there and you don't regret going. So maybe that's you. Maybe I'm talking to you this Monday morning. You're on the fence. You don't know if you have the money to do it. But I promise you, you will not regret it if you make the decision to go. So we look forward to seeing you guys in Novi if you're coming. But that's going to wrap this one up, guys. Without any further ado, we look forward to catching up with everybody here on the next one.